Hi there! Today we'll be in the kitchen baking cookies with my mum. While we bake, I'll explain what we're doing so you can learn everyday kitchen and baking vocabulary. If you're new to learning English and want to see more about life in Australia, maybe you're planning to travel here, are studying here, or are moving here for work, this video series will help you understand everyday English while exploring real places around Melbourne and Australia. In this series, I've used the 3,000 most common English words to help you learn quickly through comprehensible input. You can speak along with me and use this video for shadowing practice, or you can relax and listen along. Okay, let's bake some cookies. First, we'll check that we have all of our ingredients ready. We'll need some flour and some brown sugar. We're making gingerbread cookies, so we'll need some spices, some golden syrup, and some butter. Lastly, we'll use 3 of the 4 eggs from this carton. To make the cookies, we'll need a pot and some kitchen utensils like a knife, a sieve, a spatula, some kitchen scales, and these measuring cups. This small cup holds 1/4 of a cup, and the largest cup measures 1 full cup. We'll start by placing the sieve over the mixing bowl. My mum will pour the flour into the sieve and gently shake it. This helps sift the flour, which means it will break up any lumps and make the flour light and smooth. These are measuring spoons. The largest spoon is 1 tablespoon, and the smallest spoon is 1/4 of a teaspoon. We need to add 1 teaspoon of each spice, but need a small spoon to scoop out the spices. We'll use this 1/2 teaspoon here. 2 1/2 teaspoons will make up 1 whole teaspoon. We'll add a teaspoon of ginger to the flour. Then a teaspoon of cloves, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I'll close the electric mixer and turn it on to combine the flour and the spices. When ingredients combine, it means they mix together evenly. Next, we'll add a small amount of salt. Then we'll crack the eggs. Let's crack the first egg into this small purple bowl. We need 2 more egg yolks. The egg yolk is the yellow part of the egg, and the egg white is the clear part. My mum will separate the yolks from the egg whites and place the yolks into the bowl. These hard pieces here are the eggshells. We'll whisk the eggs using a fork. Whisking means mixing quickly to add air and make the texture smooth. Next, we'll cut some butter with a knife and place it into a pot. Then we'll measure 500 grams of brown sugar using the scales. I'll measure 2 bowls of 250 grams to make 500 grams. I'll scoop the sugar into the bowl and then tip it into the pot with the butter. Finally, I'll pour the golden syrup over the top. We'll place the pot onto the stove and turn on the heat. Today we're using an electric stove. As the pot warms up, the butter, sugar, and syrup will slowly melt. The ingredients will change from a solid to a liquid. I'll keep stirring until everything is fully melted and smooth. The mixture will be very hot. Now we'll slowly pour the hot mixture into the bowl with the flour and the spices. The mixer is running while we pour, and the mixture is starting to turn into dough. I'll use a spatula to scrape the last bits from the pot and the insides of the bowl so nothing is wasted. The dough has become thick and soft. Now it's time to add the eggs. I'll turn the mixer down to a low speed and slowly pour them in. Then I'll increase the speed and the dough will mix quickly until it looks smooth and shiny. The dough is ready. I'll scrape it off the beater. The beater is the part of the mixer that spins and mixes the dough. We'll place the dough into a clean bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and put it into the fridge so it can cool for a few hours. Later, we'll line 2 baking trays with baking paper. These are cookie cutters. We'll use them to cut shapes out of the dough. Once the dough is cold, we'll roll it out. I'll sprinkle some flour onto the mat so that the dough doesn't stick. We'll place a ball of dough on the mat and roll it back and forth with a rolling pin until it's flat. My mum will turn the dough so it stays even, not too thick and not too thin. Now we'll press the cookie cutters into the dough. I'm using a Christmas tree shape. We'll cut the cookies close together so we can make as many cookies as possible. We'll carefully place the cookies onto the baking trays and then put them into the oven. We'll place 1 tray on the bottom rack and 1 on the top rack inside the oven. They'll need to bake for 15 minutes, so we'll set a timer. After 15 minutes, we'll take the cookies out of the oven. They look golden and ready to eat. Once the cookies have cooled, we'll brush some icing on top and add colourful sprinkles as decorations. We've made a lot of cookies today, and I think they look delicious. Thanks for baking with us today. What is the verb for when something becomes a liquid because of heat? To melt. What is the cookie mixture called before it's baked? Dough. What is it called when you quickly mix ingredients to make them smooth? You whisk them. Thanks for joining me for another day in Melbourne. Where would you like to go next? Or which everyday English topics would you like to learn about? Please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more simple Australian English practice. See you next time.